Then Wang Lin produced more than 10 beats on the war monster drum, and even used the drum beats to transmit intent. The gold-armored man and the surrounding monster generals felt their scalps go numb. The story continues. Gold-armored beast watched carefully, stirs by him, in otis these bars and dirties. After speaking, Wang Lin clenched his right fist and slammed it onto the war monster drum. Boom, 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 boom. The 5 drum beats erupted almost simultaneously. The 8 monster marshals, excluding the heavenly marshal, instantly sprang up from their seats. Disbelief filling their eyes, the gold-armored man in the center of the square paled violently. It wasn't the number of beats that shocked them. It was the fact that Wang Lin struck 5 consecutive beats, and yet his body did not move an inch, as if the drum beats were not produced by him. As if he had struck an ordinary drum without any backlash at all. How is this possible? Am I seeing things? He can casually produce 5 beats like that. Something is wrong here. This cultivator must have used some despicable method. Among the monster generals, nearly all of them sucked in a sharp breath. Wang Lin lifted his hand off the drum, turned toward the gold-armored man, and said calmly, "You've lost." Hearing this, the gold-armored man's expression grew even darker. He snorted coldly. "I said you could not surpass 5 beats. Are you too stupid to understand my meaning? Matching my words does not count as winning. Even the spectators around the arena shook their heads at his pettiness. Upon hearing this, Wang Lin casually swung his fist backward. Boom! The 6th drum beat rang out, slamming straight into everyone's hearts. He did not stop. Boom! The 7th beat resounded. A storm erupted from the drums, spreading outward in all directions. The sky itself rumbled with thunder, stirred by the 7th beat. Through the roaring echoes, Wang Lin's voice spread. 7. The gold-armored man's facial muscles twitched. "I will recommend you to the monster emperor. I want your arm." Impudent, say that again. "I want your arm." The moment Wang Lin's voice echoed out, his right fist struck the drum once more. The 8th beat carrying his words howled across the entire square. All the spectators felt their hearts tremble violently. None dared speak as boldly as before. Among the monster marshals, aside from the unmoving heavenly marshal, the remaining 7 looked at Wang Lin with a strange complex expression. The gold-armored man glared at Wang Lin and said, "If you can strike 15 beats, I swear before the heavenly monster county that I will cut off my own arm and hand it to you. If you cannot, then shut your mouth. If you dare speak nonsense again, do not blame me for killing you." Wang Lin stared back coldly. This man's cultivation was extremely high. He had reached the peak of the Ascendant realm, mid-stage. Although not at late Ascendant, the gap was still enormous for Wang Lin. Retracting his gaze, Wang Lin no longer looked at him. He drew in a deep breath and punched the drum once more. Boom! The 9th beat exploded outward. This time, the backlash surged violently through Wang Lin's right arm and into his body. More than 3,700 life imprints covering him shattered instantly. As the final imprint collapsed, the backlash pierced into his body like a blade, tearing through his meridians. Wang Lin's body trembled and staggered backward uncontrollably. Seeing this scene, the gold-armored man exhaled in relief. He believed the 9th beat must surely be Wang Lin's limit. But the surroundings were completely silent. No one had the mind to speak anymore. The achievement of 9 drum beats had already surpassed the former number 1 Mo Fei. From this moment on, the name Wang Lin would shine brilliantly throughout Heavenly Monster County. Wang Lin stood in the middle of the vast square. At the moment, the backlash surged into his body. He immediately sensed a strange aura hidden within that force, an aura containing a tyrannical will that defied the heavens themselves. He murmured softly, I was wrong earlier. Using my life imprints to resist this defiant force was, in truth, resisting the defiance within my own heart. Once again, Wang Lin walked toward the war monster drum. He lifted his hand and gently stroked the pitch-black drum surface. Threads of unyielding intent seeped from the drum into his body through his palm. He slowly closed his eyes, and the aura around him gradually faded. The gold-armored man sneered. Putting on airs does touching the war monster drum mean you can strike 15 beats? If that were true, then the servants who polish it daily should each be able to strike 100 beats. Ridiculous. Even the monster marshals to the north and south furrowed their brows at the sight. The moment Wang Lin closed his eyes, that unyielding aura became crystal clear. His primordial spirit slowly merged with the war monster drum. The defiance within the drum cannot be resisted. Only by comprehending it can one avoid harm from the backlash. Cultivators and living beings alike, any who walk the path against heaven carry their own form of defiance. This single character holds countless doors, differing with each person's comprehension. I, Wang Lin, after 700 years of cultivation, possess a Tao of my own. Wang Lin opened his eyes. He lifted his right hand, lowered it gently, lifted it again, and lowered it once more. The 11th drumbeat echoed across the 10,000 zhang square. In that instant, a sorrowful intent spread with the drum's reverberation. Intent carried within a drumbeat. Impossible. How could he achieve this? This is absolutely impossible. For the first time, the gold-armored man's face changed drastically. Even the heavenly marshal opened his eyes and rose to his feet, staring toward Wang Lin. Wang Lin's hand remained resting on the drum. These 2 beats carried his Tao to heaven and earth, carrying the grief buried within his heart ever since Li Muwan departed. Around him, many spectators silently shed tears, drawn uncontrollably into their own internal worlds by the drum's sorrow. No one knew when the drum beats had stopped. A long time passed before people finally began to awaken one by one. Among the monster marshals, except for the heavenly marshal, every pair of eyes now held the same emotion as they looked at Wang Lin. Fear, awe. No one here understood the meaning of drum beats carrying intent better than they did. It was a realm. The heavenly marshal looked toward Wang Lin in the distance. So his name is Wang Lin? Wang Lin slowly raised his right hand. His gaze fell upon the gold-armored man. 15 beats. You will cut off one arm, correct, way beats, or onstesizorelis. His voice was not loud, but at that moment everyone heard it clearly. The gold-armored man felt his scalp go numb. Yet Wang Lin did not give him time to respond. He withdrew his gaze, closed his eyes, and gently pressed his right hand onto the drum once more. Striking the drum was no longer his goal. At the moment, his Tao was transmitted through the drum. Wang Lin had felt for the first time the call of the Ascendant Realm in a way he never had before. He did not open his eyes, but a fierce, overwhelming confidence erupted from his being. I desire Ascendant.